everyone, welcome to Sweet Cake Bakery. I'm Caitlin and today I'm going to take you along with me as I make a poppy themed wedding cake. Weddings these days are looking different, but that doesn't mean we can't celebrate life's most special moments with a piece of cake, and I'm so excited to take you along with me as I make this one. Alright, I have my cake layers here and lots of fluffy, delicious buttercream. This is an 8-inch cake, a white cake with white buttercream, going super classic for this wedding cake flavor. I love these classic flavors, but it's also so fun to see what flavors each couple chooses. Some want to include the ice cream flavor that they had on their first date, or even just fulfilling their funfetti cake kid dreams. Now this is a 8-inch cake. It'll have about 20 servings. There will definitely not be 20 people there, but that doesn't mean we can't take some delicious cake on the road with them. Now there's a tradition out there where you save the top tier or a slice of the top tier of the wedding cake, you freeze it, and then on your 1-year anniversary, you actually eat it. Have you guys ever heard of that? I think it's a really fun and cute tradition, but I'm a fan of really fresh cake. I always like it when my brides and grooms come back to me a year later or any anniversary and ask for their wedding cake in cupcake form, or even I've done a mini version of their wedding cake on their anniversary, which is so fun. Exact flavor and design, everything. It was so awesome. Alright, now I'm just working on the crumb coat. Now you can probably see behind me, let's see. Ta-da! Those are all the sugar flowers that we will be putting on this cake. The bride, all she wanted was poppies, so we made sure to make lots of sugar poppies for her. Just finishing smoothing this crumb coat. I did a little bit of a thicker layer just because I felt like this cake needed it. You can always do a thinner crumb coat if you want to go for that semi-naked cake look, which is a classic as well. And now I'm going to pop this cake in the fridge to chill and let the crumb coat set. Let me show you how I made these poppies and sugar flowers. Hi! Okay, here's my workstation. Got everything I need. And I'm going to start with my fondant. You can use fondant or gum paste. I have fondant available to me, so that's what I'm going to use. Want to make sure it's nice and warm before we roll it out. I've dyed it this red-orange color to match those poppies. Don't want it to stick, so I put a little bit of cornstarch on my workstation, and I want to roll it out nice and thin. Cut out my petals. Now I want to work efficiently to make sure the petals don't dry out. I'm going to take my ball tool and thin those edges. Place it in my impression mold and press down firmly. I like to rock my hands around to make sure we have a nice impression. And then we're going to lay it on our parchment paper. You can use an egg carton, apple carton, anything to make sure it won't stick. I like to play with the edges a little bit to make sure they dry with a little bit of character. We roll the edges of the petals to thin them out so they look much more like a petal. Now I'm going to keep making some petals while these dry just a little bit. I feel like making flowers is something you either love as a cake maker or you despise. I really enjoy it to an extent because I love just being me and the cake. It's so relaxing, this kind of tedious work sometimes, and it's almost meditative, I feel. But it gets to a point, especially if something isn't going quite the way I'd like it to, that it becomes quite frustrating. How do you feel? Okay, these petals are about 20% dry, and I'm going to start creating my flower. So I'm going to match 2 up and attach them with a little bit of piping gel. You can use water, whatever you have on hand. One you want to be a little further apart and one you want to be a little closer together. then you're going to layer them. Now, this is not the shape of a flower. We want to have it be a little bit circular, so I'm going to use a little bowl. I put a little cornstarch in there to make sure nothing sticks. And I'm just gonna press down in the center, and because these petals have not set yet, I can gently, very gently adjust them to what I'd like. This one I put in a very small bowl. You can also use very different sized bowls to create different sized poppies. I'm going to continue to make more flowers and some leaves to add as filler for our sugar flower arrangement. I'll catch up with you in a second. Our flowers are made and they're setting. I'm gonna let them sit out overnight. Usually like to let them sit out for 12 to 24 hours. I know that's a big gap, but I really want to make sure they are all set so they're easy to work with tomorrow and not falling apart. Now we're gonna frost this cake. She's all chilled from the crumb coat, and I'm going to pile a bunch of frosting on top. Now this white on white cake with poppy accents is going to have a nice textured buttercream just to add a little bit of dimension onto the cake while letting the poppies really be the showstopper, star, spotlight. I don't know what I'm saying, but I think you get it. Okay. The texture we're gonna put on the sides here is one that I do a lot for wedding cakes. It is definitely one of the most popular designs for cakes. You can see I've done a lot of videos on my Instagram of how I assemble cakes, big, large, tiered cakes at the venue of weddings on my Instagram, so you guys can check that out there. But I'm hoping to film a full video of what's in my wedding kit to take and assemble the cake at the venue soon, and just share with you my tips and tricks there, hopefully one day soon. Okay, we've got some nice texture going on, but this isn't exactly the texture we're looking for, so I'm going to smooth it all out. Because of the design of this buttercream, I'm not worried about it being perfect, but I would like to have a nice smooth base just to help us have a nice launching point. That is far from perfect, but I'm pretty happy with it because it's going to get me to where I want to be. I'm just going to clean up these edges and then I'll see you in just a moment. So we're going to start at the base, super light pressure, and work our way up. I'm not going to be moving my spatula back and forth. It's just going to go up, and I'm going to let the turntable do all the work. Beautiful, very nice. Okay, and that did give us a little bit more of a lip, so I'm going to clean that off. Just some touch-ups, because we are going to add the same textural design on the top here. Come on in closer so you can actually see what I'm doing. On the outside, super light pressure. I'm just going to be pulling in slightly, really letting the turntable do most of the work. On the end here, just gently lift up. Now with a little baking magic, my whisk, aka my magic wand, I will see you tomorrow. Bippity, boppity, ooh, yeah, yay! Okay, it's the next day, and we're about to put the flowers on this cake. I've got my flowers, the leaves, all the fillers, and then I've also got some piping gel and a little bit more fondant and some toothpicks to help everything be secure. For this poppy flower arrangement, I'm envisioning most of the flowers on top of the cake, but somewhat coming down the side of the cake. So the first thing I'm going to do is secure some fondant that I shaped into a ramp to give me some extra height, and then go in with my largest flowers. Place them as focal points, and then I'll go in with smaller flowers and leaves to fill in the gaps and add dimension to our arrangement. I'll repeat those steps as I come to different areas of the cake, starting with the largest, going down to the smallest, using our leaves to really anchor and give interest throughout the arrangement. Okay, do you see this air pocket on the side of the cake? I know it looks scary, but trust me, all you have to do is use a toothpick to pop it like a balloon, and then if your buttercream is set, you can use your fingers to kind of smooth it out, and it'll be totally fine. Sometimes the hardest part of a flower arrangement is knowing when to stop adding more. The key is to step back, look at the entire picture, and try not to get hyper focused on certain details. And just like that, we are all done. I'm so happy with how this arrangement turned out on this cake. Thank you so much for being here today. It was such a joy to bake this cake with you. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Comment what you're celebrating today, whether it's with cake or another sweet treat. I would love to see and hear about it. Otherwise, follow me on Instagram, Facebook, or right here on YouTube. I love you guys. Thank you so much. See you next time. Bye! Let's celebrate life's most special moments with a slice of cake. And I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Ah.